So, what time is it? It's shit on Blizzard Activision time. As you can see, Overwatch 2's boss is quitting Blizzard for some time off. And, yeah, this is kind of unexpected though, I'm not gonna lie. Jeff Kaplan leaving, that took me off guard. This also took me off guard a little bit, but I can't quite say I'm super surprised. I'm a little bit, but not super surprised. Because, you know, Blizzard Activision is currently being sued by California, and yeah, I guess it's taking a big toll on the company, even more than I thought so. Because sure, California suing them was bad enough, but with the amount of people kind of like trying to say, oh, well, Blizzard Activision will get through this, you know, I'll buy their games. People trying to boycott, but I'll buy their games. Are all a bunch of fucking idiots, first off. Second off, I just thought that, you know, they'd get hit with a fine from California, it wouldn't have really impacted them too hard, and then everything would be fine and dandy for them. But with the amount of subpoenas they're getting hit with, oh yeah, that's going to be also the next story, but so multiple people are getting subpoenaed, some people are being told to leave the company. Shit's getting real now. And Overwatch 2's leadership in particular is falling apart, and that's Blizzard's next huge game. Sure, Diablo 2 Resurrected came out, but that's really for hardcore Diablo fans more so, and those that wanted to get into the Diablo series. And so, I mean, yeah, some people are going to be playing it, some are not. I think with the bad press, though, a majority of people that maybe have been interested may stay away from it. And so, you know, it's just more bad news. But it gets worse. I'll show you in the next segment why this news is not as bad as compared to the next one. So here's the kicker that I was talking about. U.S. government now investigating Activision Blizzard Bobby Kotick subpoena. Now, this is no longer just California saying, oh, you're being investigated for sexual harassment and assault claims, and now we're going to sue you. No, now it's the U.S. government, and it's just, it's getting really bad now, particularly that the CEO is being subpoenaed. The Securities and Exchange Commission has launched an investigation into the publisher's handling of harassment and abuse allegations. And so, yeah, the U.S. government is now getting involved, and this could actually spell the doom for Activision Blizzard. Sure, they released Diablo 2 Resurrected recently, but that's not going to be enough. There's no way. The government's going to probably be able to take them down if, you know, all the claims are, you know, against them, and they're all proven to be true. And so, yeah, basically, it's not looking good. I definitely now think Blizzard Activision has a chance of falling apart, or at the very least, the leadership falling apart, and then either something like THQ Nordic, some group of people take up the company and then, you know, make it anew. Who knows? But yeah, at this point in time, I legitimately think that Blizzard Activision is going to fall apart. And good? No company should be allowed to do the shit that Blizzard Activision did. That's just not right. That's not right. And so, I particularly want Bobby Kotick to get kicked off for my own personal reasons, but besides that, these allegations are literally just being ignored, and suddenly now they're facing the consequences, and I hope they do. I hope that all their, you know, crimes are, you know, investigated and they are subpoenaed and charged for those crimes. And so, yeah, it's going to take some time, obviously, but I really hope that either Blizzard Activision fires all those people and puts in new leadership and new people, or just dissolve the company, honestly. just burn it and make a new one that has all those IPs, and then, you know, you go from there. But yeah, so that's my take about this whole, you know, Blizzard Activision stuff. Anyway, on to the next segment. Okay. Oh no. Oh no 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 no. Oh yeah, so the Nintendo Direct also happened. If you couldn't tell from the first image, pain. Absolute horrible pain. But we'll get to that later. So yeah, Nintendo Direct happened on the 23rd, and it was pretty big. So I'm gonna go down the list. Monster Hunter Sunbreak, a new DLC, is coming out. Kirby has finally eliminated humanity, is getting his own game about that. There's going to be a new online service pack, or a service like tier, where you can play N64 games online, and for having a Nintendo Premium membership. Splatoon 3, there's more things about that, and there's like a grappling hook-esque thing, and I want to play that game now. And then also, Bayonetta 3's coming. holy shit, they didn't forget about the game. It's coming, boys and girls. Then Bayonetta 3's coming. But, what next? Well, I'll talk about more about some of these bigger announcements, but let's just go down the list. Mario Party Superstars is just a collection of boards and minigames from previous games. A spellbinding RPG in the cards. What is that called? The Isle Dragon Wars. Looks interesting. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity Wave 2 DLC. Shovelware. Animal Crossing DLC. What's this one? Oh, and it's just Mario Golf. Nobody cares. Dying Light 1 and 2 are coming to the Switch. Really interesting. Triangle Strategy. Why, yes, let's make a game about 3 points. Let's also make a game about 8 characters. We're gonna take all over the shapes. So, I guess, yeah, Square Enix is trying to do that now. Metroid Dread, and I'm gonna talk about more of that later. Disco Elysium, Final Cut. Australia still doesn't like that. Basically Castlevania, the ActRaiser game remastered, Deltarune Chapters 1 and 2, and yeah, there's a bunch of other like little tiny things here and there. But so, let's get into like the big part of the direct. So, Sunbreak, really big paid DLC for Monster Hunter Rise, and yeah, the game gets more DLC and more players to play before its PC release. And this Kirby game in 3D, this one's really interesting to me, because the majority of the Kirby games were in like 2D. And so now it being in 3D, this looks really, really interesting. I actually am kind of excited to see this. New subscription tier, I am a little bit concerned for what that could, like, entail, because they might try to get more tiers and tiers. And if you want to play like GBA games, for example, you have to pay even more money. I'm not sure how to feel about this one. But, you know, I kind of get, like, you know, if you just want to play online or get the online benefits, you know, you just pay a small amount. And then if you want to play, like, older games, you know, you have to pay for a service so that Nintendo continuously, you know, put games up on there. So I can kind of get it, but it could be bad, depending. Splatoon 3, I mean, it's just more news, so if you're into that, hey, that's good for you. But, I'm kind of looking forward to it, but Bayonetta 3, oh, this game, we thought it was dead. We didn't think Bayonetta 3 would come out, and suddenly they fooled us with Astral Chain imagery with like the soldiers in the background, and then that one figurine that wasn't from Astral Chain, and then Bayonetta 3 comes out. Why, hello there! And so, yeah, this is good news. I really hope that Metroid Prime 4 gets something like this treatment too, where, you know, we get baited out and suddenly, hello there! I am Samus, inside my Prime suit. And so, yeah, so the fact that Bayonetta 3 got announced, at least officially again this time with gameplay, I'm really hoping that, you know, Nintendo will release a few other good games like this too. And also not put us on a 2-year just, you know, waiting list. But, you know, it did pay off. People lost their shit about it, so it did good. Now, Animal Crossing DLC, I don't know how much longer they're going to continue supporting the game. Probably a lot longer, I think, right? Because they're still bringing some things from the old Animal Crossing games. The Spellbinding RPG with the card RPG, that one looks really interesting to me, especially since Yoko Taro is a creative director, I think. It's really, really cool looking. Shovelware, we don't care about that. And then Metroid Dread. So, this was also another game that we just didn't know about, and suddenly one of the directs was just like, Dread. Oh, and so, yeah, I hope Prime 4 kind of gets that treatment too, where like, yeah, we know it's in development, right, with Retro Studios, and we just hope that, you know, they come out, you know, Prime 4, oh, and show gameplay, oh, and so, you know, we'll see what happens there. But I do really want the special edition, either Best Buy or Amazon, you got me, because if not, I'm gonna have to go to GameStop on Monday, the Monday after it releases, and try to grab the special edition, and if I can, I'm gonna cry. Oh, don't do this to me. But so, yeah. The Nintendo Direct was pretty huge, and I do hope that future Directs will also be this kind of like blockbuster kind of like, you know, ordeal. Particularly with the fact that Bayonetta 3 got announced. If they announce Prime 4, whoo, that's going to be a ton of press. And also if they release any other like new games in like their series or whatnot, oh, it's going to get a lot of news, particularly for me. But so, yeah. If anybody's got a special edition they want to sell to me, you know, for MSRP, I'd be more than willing to take it off your hands. I'll pay for shipping too. But yeah, that's not gonna probably happen. So, oh, everything hurts. Everything hurts. Up next, I want to talk about... Oh, wait a minute. No, I need to go back. So yeah, before I talk about that next story, let's first go over this clown fiesta. Chris Pratt is Mario in the new Mario movie. And they announced it at the Direct, just casually, you know. Chris Pratt is Mario. Nothing else. And so, Illumination's doing the animation, and there's gonna be a few actors like Chris Pratt as Mario, I forget the Peach actor, Charlie Day as Luigi, Jack Black as Bowser. We love that. But, yeah, I kind of know why they did this, but at the same time, I still don't understand. Because people know Mario's voice actor, you know, Charles Martinet, and they're just not going to put him in. So unless it's going to be, like, live action or something, I don't get why you need Chris Pratt as Mario. But I hope it's good, but I don't know if Chris Pratt can really do the job. He's not Italian. He doesn't sound like Mario, especially with that Instagram live story or whatever. Oh, that was bad. That was a bad Mario impression, even though it's not the final version. It's not looking good, you guys. But so, we'll see whether or not the movie's good, but I doubt it. I highly doubt it. So, back to this story. Halo Infinite PvP. People seem to be really enjoying it. Now, of course, there was a few funny bugs, like getting infinite wet floor signs, and a few like physics issues here and there, so a little bit interesting. But overall, as Scale Up says here, he enjoyed it a lot, and so we'll see whether or not this holds up in the end product, and if Halo Infinite's main campaign will, you know, wow people, because that's what a lot of people really kind of know it for, besides the multiplayer. I mean, to be fair, both are single player and multiplayer were very well known, but PvP is kind of one of the few things that's like standard through the test of time with Halo games, so we'll see whether or not Halo Infinite really does, you know, make a huge splash. Oh, you port Halo 5 to a PC. Sure, it might not have been the best game in the series, and most people agree it's not, but if you have the MCC on the PC, you might as well bring Halo 5 over too, and I've heard rumors that it's not coming, at least for now. I do hope eventually, at the very least the campaign. Because otherwise, people playing Halo Infinite that don't have an Xbox are just like, what happened here? Halo 5? What, huh? Oh, there's Halo 4, there's Halo 5, but I can only play 4, but I can't play 5. What's going on here? So, yeah, I basically hope that, you know, they move Halo 5 to the PC, and hopefully Halo Infinite does a really good job at wowing the Halo base and bringing more players in. Because, you know, otherwise, Halo might begin to die out a little bit. Not to say that, you know, any franchise going this long doesn't die out a little bit. It has its dips and hills, but you know what I'm saying. And in my news section for games that got released, Kenneth, Bridge of Spirits. Kenneth, And so for this week's game that got released, Kenneth, Bridge of Spirits. Yeah, it looks good. I've heard people say it's great, and you should go play it, I think. I haven't gotten it. Why? Because I don't got the time and money to do so. Yeah. Especially since I've got to now, I guess, buy from the scalpers for Metro Dread. Ha! That's a joke. I'm not doing that. But so, yeah, it looks good, and I think that this type of game should get more, you know, fanfare, and I think it's gotten a decent amount, but, you know, just to signal boost a little bit more, Kenneth, Bridge of Spirits. Go play it. Anyway, that's where I'm going to end off this week's news. Pretty interesting, particularly with how Blizzard Activision has progressed, and also how Epic Apple has progressed. Yeah, it's getting really, really bad for Blizzard Activision, and for Apple versus Epic. Depending on how the appeals go, it could either just screw Epic more from their kind of semi-win, at least for my opinion, semi-win, to being just like a complete just loss, or it could turn out better for, you know, the consumer, which Epic is fighting for, but we really know why they're doing it. they just want more money, and they also want the good press. But so, yeah, Blizzard Activision, I definitely think the company might fall apart. And it might be like a THQ Nordic type situation where they'll make a new company and they'll buy up all or most of the IPs for the Blizzard Activision series, and then, you know, make their own studio based off of that. So, but I don't know what's going to happen really. So we'll see what happens from this point on. But I do hope Blizzard Activision pays for what they've done. At least the people that, you know, have been pushing, you know, sexual assault on other people. Yeah, I hope they all get what they deserve. But so, anyway, that's the end of this week's news. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next week. maybe a little bit earlier time. Yeah, this is getting kind of late. But yeah, I'll see y'all later.